kind of get the most up-to-date information, what's going on in the industry. It's good. It's not bad. I highly suggest it. I saw this come across today going on. I think a lot of people have been saying for a while that MLSs may end up going away, or the form or the current form as we know it may end up changing quite a bit. I know MLSs are really, really going after agents in a way of positive and negative. I've seen both sides. I think I've been fined $1,600 for doing nothing wrong, and no one would listen to me unless I went to a board meeting. Safe to say I dropped that MLS. And just because I didn't really need it anyway, it was only had a few listings in that MLS per year. But $1,600 for something I did nothing wrong for is, and the only way they would listen to me is if I went to their board meeting, which is a bunch of the realtors from the industry. So they all chose to attack the one that was getting the listings. And I've seen that happen to so many different top producing agents out there, because the boards are typically ran from realtors in the industry. And so I've seen some negative feedback. I felt it myself. Forgive me for saying that. I do love some of my MLSs, have great relationships with them. They've treated us good. But I do also believe that there shouldn't be an auto complaint button for agents. I don't believe that. Agents shouldn't be able to just call in or just be able to click a button, an anonymous complaint. If you have a complaint, speak up who you are, complain on the fact. Let's talk it out. Let's do the right thing and do the right thing for our clients in the industry. No anonymous complaint buttons. I think that's ridiculous. That's like going into your brokerage and having a complaint box or a suggestion box. Why do brokers not do that? It's because it would be filled all day long with nagging. That's what it'd be filled with a bunch of nagging agents that are just upset and nagging about different things that are going on. I think I can actually share this with you guys that are on here right now. Let me see if I can do that. I don't know if I can or not, since this is coming from my computer. I don't look like I can. But yeah, look that up. Looks like it's YouTube. Housing crisis, private listings, and new realtors. Okay. I'm going to jump into a little bit. I've been going through a couple books. You guys know we've talked about that last week. If you didn't catch last week's, definitely I'll send that one to you right now so you can catch. I ask you to do one thing, okay? One thing for me. I'm going to put this in the group chat for you. I ask you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you actually get the live version. You can jump in there anytime. If you can't get logged into this link for some reason, you could always go to this YouTube channel if you've subscribed. You should actually automatically get, and that's the podcast I just sent you. I'm going to send you the actual live. Let's see. Here's the actual YouTube channel. I'll send you this one. It is directly to my podcast channel. I would just really appreciate it if you would jump in there, like it, love it, subscribe to it. You got the podcast, you got all of our live recordings are all in there. You've got the podcast that everything's broken down into the podcast, which I just shared with you in the link. So please subscribe to that. I'm going to send you the actual one right now from this last week that I did. And that way you can see it. That one was Your Offers So Good. People would feel stupid saying no to it. And I got it out of the book, out of a great book called, actually read a few different books, but what I did was I turned what he was teaching in the books, $100 million leads, $100 million deals. I turned it into for real estate. What his way of teaching in those books, I kind of made them for us realtors. And that way you have whatever you need and you're prepared to, you're thinking like a big business owner with big goals, big dreams, big deals going. And I kind of turned it into that. So there's the replay for that in the group chat for you guys that are on the Zoom, live on the Zoom right now. You can see that. But today I got this. I'm going to share this with you. I got this from our amazing coach, Travis Reeser. Travis sometimes jumps into this call with us, but he's not going to be here today. But he actually, reading this one of the books, I think it was the $100 million leads, he actually came up with this script for realtors based on that. Remember, the most important thing that you are after in any business to business, any business relationship business type of activities you're doing. It's relationship based. The goal is that I always suggest, this is what I've always suggested, 1 to 3 referrals you try to get off of every deal you do. 1 to 3 referrals. First off, right here, this very first thing, I love it. It's ask for a referral every time. Every time. Doesn't matter what deal it is that's going on. You got to ask for the referral. If you don't ask, you won't know if you're going to get or not. But I love the way Travis put this script together. Love it. It's really good. All right, here we go. Compliment them. Holy macro, are you serious? Compliment them? Yeah, compliment them. Compliment them. Here's a great compliment. And people have done this to me as a coach. Billy Garcia's on here. He's done this to me a million times. He always makes me feel so good. He just brings tingles inside when he says it. It's so happiness going on. Where he says, Sean, I've learned so much from you. You're such a good coach. It's just, Billy, you're the bomb, man. Appreciate you. It makes me feel good. He compliments me. Compliment him first. Look at this. Do you have another minute of your time? Just before we go. Okay, so you're the exact type of homeowner, home buyer, exact type of person that I love working with. I love it. I love working with people like you. It is just such a blessing. You're the exact person. All right. If we could work with only people like you every time, every day, we would. Like you're it. Who wouldn't feel good about that? So compliment them first. Number 2, transition to help them think about it, and I help them think. Now, here's what we know: when people are in life transition, whether it's downsizing, family, jobs, other needs they might need. Unfortunately, sometimes people go through a divorce or something like that. Who comes to mind first? Kind of a question. I don't know. If they're as likable as you are, it's a huge bonus that they may need a good real estate agent, a good real estate team, good real estate broker owner, so whatever you are, in their back pocket. May need someone like me. Basically, you're asking them, hey, think of me at any time, because remember, you're the gatekeeper, they call it. You hold the key to the gate for everything. From someone that might need an attorney, you need to have an attorney list available, ready to go at all times. This is your vendor list that we've talked about. You need to have an attorney available. You need to have a house cleaner available. You need to have several options for house cleaners. You need to have a contractor. You need a handyman, plumber, electrician, moving companies. I've got a couple different moving companies I highly recommend. And here's a shout out in the Boise area. Better Move Boise. Oh my gosh, love them. Definitely, you need to have that vendor list at all times. You're the gatekeeper. So anything they're dealing with, like even if they say unfortunate, I said divorce a minute ago, unfortunate divorce, they're going through a tough time in their life and they're going through a divorce. The first thing that comes to mind is, you're my realtor. He's kind of the gatekeeper. He has anything and everything you might need. I've got a couple different great divorce attorneys I've recommended to people. It's just unfortunate. I hate to say it, it's unfortunate, but we actually have those contacts for them. So having the contacts list for them, it means you're the gatekeeper. You get to hand it out right away. So if you kind of set that type of standard for every deal you do, that you have this kind of script going on for every deal you do, it's going to be very simple and easy for you to pick up referrals from everyone. I'm going to share this with you. You'll be able to take this. I'll throw this in the group chat as well. So you got a couple things in the group chat. You already got homework going on, guys. You've already got homework. One, get on the YouTube channel, subscribe to it. That way you can see all the recordings of every coaching call that I do in the group coaching session. Number 2, you've got the a script right now I just sent you. Okay. So far, we got a lot more coming. I'm going to jump into social media a little bit for one very important reason. Okay. One very, very important reason. Because social media is changing in 2026. If you haven't figured that out by now, guys, it's changing in 2026. This is my actual social media channel. It's my actual social media page. This is, as you see a friends list right there, right away. Yeah. What's changing in 2026 with social media? I want to talk about what I see quite often in real estate agents. I'm going to talk about buckets today. I've talked about buckets before, but I'm going to talk about specific buckets for what you're after. who is it you're targeting as the ideal client for you? They also call it the avatar, right? Your avatar. I don't know why they do it, but they call it. I mean, because there's an Avatar movie. It has nothing to do with that. It's the avatar. They like what is it? That avatar is your ideal client. So if you were to make an avatar is basically like a makeup of you. So a makeup of your ideal client. I think that's why they call it the avatar. A makeup of the ideal client. What's the ideal client you're after? So if you're on social media, and I'm not going to point out anyone on here because I got a lot of amazing realtors I've coached that do this, and I don't want to say you're doing it wrong. Okay. But what I will say is that you're going to need to change up your tactics because some of the tactics you're doing might be old. What are the old tactics? Well, we've talked about the 10, 10, 5. That's 10 likes, hearts emojis. And by the way, the thumbs up is kind of like it gets the bottom of the total poll push on social media these days. You got to actually put a heart or loving people, or you got to do something like that. You got to do what are the other ones? I don't know. There's all kinds of different avatars you could do in there, or not avatars, emojis that you can do for. So, but pick 10 of them to do it to. Okay, 10 hearts, loves, emojis, something like that. 10 um, 10 what is it, let's see, the second 10 is messages. 10, hey, happy birthdays, or Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, Happy Valentine's Day, I'm so sorry for your loss. It's very important. Love on your people. So sorry for your loss. Whatever it might be, you got to find 10 people to do that to. Okay. And then 5 direct messages or sharing something important in somebody's life. Here's where I'm going to change it up in 2026. Okay. The 5 direct messages or something going on in someone's life needs to change to just direct messages. Just direct messages. Because here's the problem. We're going and we're throwing stuff on social media, which I've always called social media like your production studio. It's your production studio. You've got an audience that's looking at your production every day that you post something. Okay. It's your production studio. But if all you're doing is doing that and expecting that you're going to sell 100 homes this year, it's not going to happen. Very rare, very slight chance it's going to happen. If you want to grow your business in 2026, it's time to get crazy vocal and connect with people. So we're changing that to just direct messages. You just need to talk to a certain number of people. Now, I'm going to share Jeff DeLeo for a minute because the guy's a superstar. This is my coaching platform. And one of the main things that every single coaching client I get gets added to a metric where it actually messages you every day when it's time to enter in your numbers for today. And it gives me this amazing looking metrics. This is his old one. Look at all this. Look at all the green. If it's green, it's positive. If it's red, it's not. And I will say some of these red in here are not exactly, they're his days off or he didn't work. I can't remember exactly what it was. But they're not legit reds. They actually should be in the green, but I was using it as an example on his platform. And by the way, Jeff allows me to share this. So Jeff DeLay is an amazing, amazing lender at Homefront Mortgage. Doesn't matter what company you're with, whether it's Remax, Century 21, doesn't matter. I highly suggest Jeff DeLay with Homefront Mortgage. Amazing, amazing lender. But one of the things that I noticed, because I coach with him, the reason why I coach them every single week. Him and I meet up. We have accountability together. I hold him accountable. Sometimes he holds me accountable. But we coach every week, and it was this morning actually. And we talk about this, like what's going on in your context. So this actually sends it out, nurtures, holds him accountable to the things he's got to do every single day. Now he has to set it up for 7 days a week. 7 days a week. He doesn't have it set up for 5 because sometimes he's making contacts on Sundays. All right. So, and he's shooting for some big, decent numbers. There's 13. He's shooting for just 5 new contacts a day, which honestly, guys, is that high or low? It's pretty average. Most agents do get somewhere around 5 a day. The industry push in coaching is shoot for 20 a day. But when you start getting that wheel turning, it's stuck in the mud, and you're doing your 20 a day, it's not going to be long. If you're consistent to the 20 contacts or touches a day that you're doing, whether it's direct messages on social media, text message direct to people, phone call dials, WhatsApp, I don't care what you use. It's got to be some sort of outbound direct message or contact. If you're doing that 20 a day, it's not going to be long before that wheel starts getting unstuck out of the mud. But if you're not doing that consistently and you're failing a little bit, that's going to stay stuck, by the way, a lot longer. It's all in the actual outbound touches and contacts you made that's going to get that wheel unstuck faster. If you're just going on your production studio, and this is your production studio, if you're just going on your production studio and you're just posting stuff on here, you giving balloons at a big house or at a house that you're giving keys to someone and you're making a big old thing about it, what are you truly after? What's your lead? Are you loving on the people that you just sold the house to? Or are you trying to show social media on your production studio that, hey, I'm a realtor. This is how I celebrate my people. Okay. Now there's two levels to this, guys, because I'm actually going to take the person that does the balloons and I'm not going to knock them down a step. I promise you that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to get you to think different, whether or not you should continue to focus on that. Okay. And it's a good time to transition right now. Okay. All right. So that person that's, showing the balloon party and doing all that, love you. Keep doing it. Don't stop. But I want you to think real quick about what you're after in 2026, because we have these buckets. Okay. And you know what? I'm going to use Zoom for this. I'm going to share this and I'm going to grab a whiteboard. Thank you, Zoom, for having a whiteboard. And I did this morning with Jeff, actually. And so I'm going to do really ugly buckets. Okay. Really ugly buckets. So I have this bucket right here. Here's bucket one. I'm trying the best I can to do a bucket. Here's bucket two. Okay. Trying the best I can. That's a really ugly bucket. I'm telling you, not good at drawing with this little mouse. And here's bucket three. All right. There's bucket three. And say this lead source right here is, let's just say it is posting on social media. Okay. And that might be, let's just say posting the balloons and giving keys to my client and all that stuff that I'm doing. Okay. And so those are going into this bucket like mad. All these new leads are going to come in off of that. Who are those new leads, people? What kind of leads are you going to get off of posting that you're giving? You have a balloon party at a house where you're giving someone keys. What kind of leads are you going to get off of that? Are you going to get high level, high end leads, luxury house leads where you're going to sell 1.2, 1.5, $2 million, $3 million, $10 million, $20 million listings? Or are you going to get first time home buyers? I would say first time home buyers would be the answer to that. So this is first time home buyers that you're going to get off of that. And I'll just put FB, not Facebook. First time home buyers should be H, first time home buyers. There we go. Whatever. All right. So how am I going to go after that next level lead source? And that is your maybe $350,000 homes that they're selling. And they want $600,000, $700,000. Might be $700,000, and they're selling $1 million, $10 million homes, or buying $1 million homes, $10 million homes. It happens all the time. There's people in your brokerage today that are selling that much volume closing. It's happening. What are those? What is your plan on social media in 2026 to go after that next level? Because you're doing a great job with your balloons and Sharon. You're doing a great job here, and you're going to pick up first time home buyers right there. Okay. Doing a great job. Segregate that though into another lead source. What is that? What are you doing for that? What about previewing properties in those $1 million neighborhoods? Looking at listings in there and sharing that on social media. If all you're doing is doing occasional posts, so those leads are leaking out of this bucket. Okay. Those homes that you could be selling those next level. This is how you level up, guys, is you've got to be daily focusing on that. Now, is this just sending out posts? No, but I'm talking right now about your production studio. All right. Because there's better ways to do it. Right. There's door knocking those higher end $1 million properties or $700,000 properties or whatever it is very prominent. They don't get door knocked very often. They just don't. Because they don't get door knocked very often, they typically don't slam the door in your face. If you say, hey, I'm just walking around the neighborhood introducing everyone to myself. I'm a realtor. in Visalia. Been focusing on this neighborhood, really trying to bring more light to the neighborhood, bring it up, kind of see what I can do, see if anyone needs any help in this neighborhood, whatever it might be. That's a great way. Door knocking, those are a great way to go after those $1 million properties, right? Is that in one of your buckets of daily lead generation? All right, so door knocking $1 million homes, great. Social media posting showing preview of properties in these $1 million homes. If you look on the social media page of those more luxury agents, that's what you see. You see a lot of them posting those luxury homes. So what happens is the communities start to see that this is one of the agents in one of those type of communities. Are they going to call them? Or are they going to call you that's posting videos in a production studio with balloons in the smaller? They're going to call them. It's going to happen. Am I saying not to do this? No, I'm saying to do this. I'm just saying that you need to add another lead source, guys. You need to add another bucket, another lead bucket, another way, another avatar, another, like, what is your client you're trying to go after there? Okay. And then what's this bucket? What could this one be? For sale by owners, expireds, could be that. It could be, what is another passion of yours you want to do? Now, here's one thing that's important about this. In anything you do in business, you can't do it small and expect to get a lot out of it. You can't do it short term and expect to get a lot out of it. You can't just test the waters. There's no such thing in business. I mean, there is, okay, testing the waters. But in this particular instance, when it comes to doing, lead generation, there is no just sharing the business. Okay, there's no just testing the waters. That is, you actually have to give it some time. You actually have to spend some time doing it. Get out there, take it to an extent. Go for 6 months, 8 months, something like that. Give it some time to gain the knowledge and make it your expert, become an expert, make it an expertise of yours that you're now the expert in luxury real estate. Why? Because I actually focused on it. I didn't just do it and quit. I didn't just post a few mailers, send a few mailers around, spent, $200, sent some mailers around. Great, $200 you spent, but now you got to door knock it. Now you got to actually get on the phone and dial them. Introduce yourself. Hey, I sent mailers to you. Just want to see if you got it. Did you get it? It was a postcard. Just introducing myself in the neighborhood. I'm one of the local realtors. Anything you need right now? You guys need any handyman, contractors, subcontractors? Need some, any repairs done? Anything? I've got a whole list of them. And if you want, I can email them to you. What's your email address? Now you're getting their email address. I mean, if you're coming from value, go back to that script. Give them something. All right. You give them something, you're going to get something. You give them something, you're going to get something back. Very important. For all luxury, it doesn't matter. That's the fun part, guys. If you're wondering, like, how do I get into luxury real estate? It's the same. It's no different. They're good people. They're just the same people. It's just bigger houses, more expensive houses. No, the only difference is that I still have to do the same things. I got to get to know them. I'm going to give them something. I got a great list. I mean, half those people will just get on Google and start dialing when they have a breakdown, when they have something break. Some of them might be general contractors owning their own company. Okay, great. Can I add you to my vendor list? If you say, hey, I got contractor. Oh yeah, no, I'm a GM, I'm a general contractor. Excellent. I need to add you to my vendor list. Can I get your contact info? What company do you have? You mind if I add you to my vendor list? Because this is what I do. I actually do business to business relationship where I share a lot of different businesses with other businesses. And they're gonna be like, well, yeah, let's work together. Great. Let's grab coffee. Now you're having coffee with this general contractor in the neighborhood. I mean, this is what we do. It's communication, it's contacts, it's different stuff like that is what we do. All right, let's switch back over to social media. So I'm going to show you how we take all that stuff I just said and we actually put it to play using a 10-10-5, like I said earlier. Also the 4-to-1 ratio, which I like better, 5-to-1 ratio or 5-to-2 ratio, which is 5 days a week, posts, one a day, 3 personal posts, 2 real estate posts, or 4 personal posts, 1 real estate post. But those personal posts can be very simple. You have you sell them on one day, you teach them on another day, you give them advice on another day, and then you do something about you the next day, and then you do it all over again. You need to find out an acronym. That's the stay calendar. I need to find one that's for 5 days a week. I'm going to create that. That way you have 5 days a week of simple things to post. I'm going to show you my calendar real quick on how we plug all this into a calendar. And this calendar is basically a time block calendar. And as you see, let me steer it over to here. There we go. As you see, green is money. Green is the color of money, believe it or not. Actually, unless you're using pennies, which I think they're getting out of the world now. There's going to be pennies much anymore in the US. But, and then the others are silver, right? Okay. So we've got green is money. All right. So let's just say right here, I'm doing follow up on what I missed in the morning. So any of these things that got in the way, or you ridiculously took a phone call from a past client or from a client that's got a property under contract, that's a lag measure. They belong in the afternoon. But say you took that call, ended up taking up all your morning trying to put a fire out. Didn't get anything done today. Guess what? This is your time slot to get in there and get caught up. What did you miss? Well, I didn't do my 10-10-5 T and J and C and K yet. What is 10-10-5 T and J and C and K? Well, believe it or not, I've got something up here that I'm going to show you exactly what that is. Okay, let's see. I'll share that real quick with you. There it is. So if you take, this is basically a 13-week cycle, but I'm just using this part right here. Okay, this part right here with these percentages right here. US population has this percentage of people with the last name of A and W, about 10.54% of the US population. B&E, 9.46, and on and on and on and on and on and on and on, all the way down the calendar. Okay. And so on this calendar, I'm segregating people into buckets, an A and W bucket. And today, I need to contact someone with the last name of A and W, letter of A and W, because today is an A and W calendar, or B&E or DNO, and on and on and on and on and on. Now let's go back over to our calendar. Because our calendar's our boss. It's our boss that puts us to work each day. So this morning I didn't get a chance to finish this. So T and J and C and K, I need to reach out to them. Several ways I can reach out to them. One is phone call dialing. If they're your sphere of influence, anyone you know by name, they know you by name. You run into them in the supermarket, you give them a hug. That's your SOI. Okay, you know each other by name. If you run into them in the supermarket and you're like, dang, I know that person, but I can't remember their name. Who are they? Not your SOI, but you need to make them your SOI because you do kind of remember this. You better walk up to them and say, "Oh my goodness, hey, it's Sean. Do you remember me?" And they're gonna be like, "Yeah, we just met at the open house last week." You're gonna be like, "Ding, that's where I met you." Awesome. I can't remember your name. What was your name again? Awesome. So, man, nice to run into you. And now, hopefully, you don't forget their name. What do you got going on? You want to grab coffee right now? Go meet them for coffee. You ran into them in the supermarket. This is what we do, people. How fun. You have a great job here. It's a really enjoyable job. All right. I'm going to take this right here, though, and I'm going to show you how to plug it into social media. Okay. So I'm back on my social media page here, and we got some great speakers over at Homes of Idaho today. That's going on. I got Tony Robbins. Okay. I can sit here and scroll. Guess what? If I'm scrolling, I'm not doing good. I'm doing bad. Okay. This is not good to be scrolling. Okay. Means you're playing. But if I get in here and I say, okay, so see my friends list is right there at the top. It's there at the top for a reason because I'm in there often. When I click on that friends list, it may look a little different than yours. Okay. One is right now, this is how it looks. So today is happy birthday day. I got to make sure I do my happy birthdays each day. That is right here. Okay. Facebook, send happy birthdays videos to people. I like to send videos on my cell phone to people wishing them happy birthday to your biggest fans. Isn't that awesome? Who's your biggest fans? That's the ones that are going to give you a referral. That's your family, your friends. That's everyone who is most likely going to give you a referral in the next week, 2 weeks, month, year. Right here, you see this custom list. So if I click on that custom list, it's going to take me over to my custom lists. And as you see, I have a couple neighborhoods, Central California neighborhoods, California agents, because I do recruiting for brokerages. And I have, what do I have there? I have my A&W, B&E, DNO, HMB, everybody into different buckets. Everybody in there. So here's an A&W list. These are all the people that have A&W, last name of A or W in there. If I want to add more people in there, I just simply click the little button at the top Let's see if I click this right here, I can add and remove people. And I just sit here. And so this is my B and E list. So I'm going to hit B, see everyone with the last name B. Good, 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 good. Nope, I think I'm good. Okay, what's the next one? W. There's a W. Okay, got that one in there. I'll add that one. Save. All right, I'm good. Added another one. DNO, do the same thing. Get in there, hit this button, add, remove. Now, let me see. If you're just getting started and you're creating a new list, as you see, let me do that again. At the bottom, I got this create a new list. When you first get in yours won't look like this unless you've done this already. Okay. As you see, that's a fake A&W because I used it for practice. So let me show you this. I'm going to use it again. So I'm going to get rid of that. This is my fake list. This is what yours will look like when you hit that button at the bottom that says create a list. You just got to add a friend, get started. This is my fake, what did I say, A&W list. So I'm going to click A. Oops, A. And I'm going to start adding people. Add, add, add. Okay. See, I went through them all and I added them. So now there they are in there. Now, if I wanted to add more people, I got to hit these three dots upper right-hand corner, hit add, remove, and I can go in there and add more. Very simple. All right. And then that will start adding all your custom lists. So then once you have people on your custom list and your calendar today says that I need to get in here and I need to call everybody with T and J or C and K, and I'm doing my social media marketing right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 10-10-5 with T and J and C and K. So I'm going to go in here, find my T and J file. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is I want to make sure that I have everyone with the last name of T and J in here. Is there any new people I need to add? Okay, so I'm going to get in here and I'm going to hit here and I'm going to hit T. Make sure I got all my T's in there. Oh, look, I don't. Okay, there's T. Oh, yeah, shoot. Richard Torres, Brett Taylor. Okay, and then J. Well, I'll go ahead and add those. Actually, I don't need to because I can actually just continue and hit J now. Now looking for people with J. Oh, nope, those are last names Y and M. It's picking up Julia and it's picking up the middle initial of J. Okay, so I'm good. I don't need to do that. All right, so I've got what I need in here. So now it's time to just start going in here. So I'm going to click in here and I have one of three options to do. I can do 10-10-5, which I'm going to go in here and look for something really cool that happened. Glad you did, or whatever happened here. And I'm either going to go in here and I'm going to love it, one of these things, depending on the situation that's going on. And then I'm going to move on to the next friend. Or I'm going to get in here and actually put a note, a comment. So that's the second 10. Or better yet, I'm going to go in here and hit this button here, and I'm going to say, hey, Tim, how have you been? Hope things are going well. Good. Send. Okay, now I just sent him a direct message. Now that's more powerful. Why? That's what I want you to focus on in 2026. All the other things are important, everything. But this is the most powerful one because now Tim's going to respond to me because I'm his SOI. I know Tim from high school. Okay, he was a teacher while I was there at Emmanuel High School in Reedley, California. So he knows me. He's gonna respond, say, "Hey, Sean, how you been?" And we're gonna have a back-to-back conversation. I'm gonna say, "Yeah, what have you been up to?" And the good thing in here is I can typically get in here and see he's a digital creator, Murphy Association of Realtors. So he's a realtor. So I can see, okay, where's he at? Let's see where that's at. See where Murphy's at. Find out where it's at, and say, hey, oh, he's in Reedley. He's from Reedley. Yep, that's where I went to high school. Lives in Crane, Missouri. So obviously he's in Missouri. And so I can talk to him about maybe expansion because we've expanded our brokerage into a couple states. You can talk to him about business to business relationship. Hey, I might have some referrals over to Missouri. If I do, maybe I'll send some your way. See how this works, guys? If it's your SOI, you're going to talk about, hey, how's the job been? What have you been up to over at Saputo or whatever it is where they work? Great, yeah. And hopefully they respond and reciprocate and say, how about you? What have you been up to? And that's your opportunity to say, I've been doing good. I'm just selling real estate. Me personally, California, Idaho, and a little bit in Oregon. Yeah, been doing pretty well. We've been really helping a lot of families. Um, and you can continue that and say, keep me in mind if you know of anybody looking for buy, sell, and invest. Just keep me in mind. And or you can turn around and say, continue the conversation and maybe try to do a Zoom call with them in Missouri or try to do something later. But that's the goal is to try to get that going back and forth and back and forth. It's so important. So crazy important. All right. I went over a ton today. Any questions on this? How about anything you want to tell me, Sean, you're wrong on? Like the balloons thing will bring you high end property sales too, because this is what happened to me. Tell me. I'm okay with it. I'm good. All right. So here's the deal. My email address is Sean, SHAWN, at CardozaREgroup.com. Send me an email. Say, hey, Sean, can you send me the printout from today? And I'll reply back with the printout to you. So you got a copy of the printout if you didn't get it. And start working on this, guys. Just realize that your number one most important job every day is not selling real estate. It's nurturing relationships. It's talking to new people. Remember the guy that from Mississippi that went to you guys may not have known this, you may. Brand new realtor, got his license in Nashville, Tennessee. He's from Mississippi, played college football. His name is Q. I just can't remember. Quantavius, I think his name is. I think he sold 300 units his first year in the business. First year, 300. How? Because he perfected a lead source of going to different places like supermarkets and meeting people every day. He even said he would fill up his entire cart with food and then he wouldn't need check out. He would just leave it at the front. I'm not suggesting you do that, but that was what he did. And he picked up he has a ton of sales he did. He met a lot of people. So that was, and he perfected his lead source. That was his bucket. And so you have all these opportunities to have buckets, but you need to perfect the lead sources every day and watch the magic happen of the relationships you create and the referral based business that you get. I know someone else I found out recently, I talked to one of our coaches, Travis Reeser, about is that he met a lady that she has made millions of dollars in the last year alone off of referrals. And all she does is post on Instagram each day about, and it's not specific about to her area. She's just educating the public every day on, and it's daily, guys. It is a daily job you work. And think about it. If you're going to work for somebody, it's 8 hours a day minimum. Some of you work 10 hours or 12 hours a day. Specific firefighters, 12 hours a day. What are you doing for 12 hours a day? Um, you've got to work every day. You can't like short it. If you short it, you're going to short what you're doing. You're not going to get anything out of it. This particular person, she posts every day, every single day about what's going on in the market, about different homes, things to look for, inspectors, what inspectors are doing. What I mean, she's educating, educating, educating. Well, her videos have now gone viral all over the US. And she has random people calling her all over the US. So her systems are, they go through her process and people, they vet them, they find out if they're legitimate buyers or sellers. She gets all their information and she gives them a referral to an agent in the area and makes a 25 to 30% referral fee. So whatever it is you're choosing to do in your business, just perfect it every single day. Work on it. If it fails, don't quit. Work on it some more. Modify what you're doing a little bit, change it up, do it different next time. Continue to educate yourself, read books, watch YouTube videos. Watch this. I gave you my podcast. Jump in there, but every single day, educate yourself and get out there and do it. It's the secret sauce to this business. Secret sauce. All right. Have a good week. You got my email address. Let me know what you need from me. Thank you, Tony.